Hi, my name is John.
And my name is Alice, and this is a special edition of Math Videos for Parents. Today we're talking about why the Common Core. John, as you know, I used to teach calculus at the college level, and I loved it. But once in a while, and so you would think if I could teach calculus, I could do any math, right? But once in a while, a parent would be like, "Could you help my fourth grader with her homework?" And I would say, honestly, no. Like they're learning it and teaching it a much different way than I learned it, and I don't want your child to, be taken down the wrong path by me. So that being said, I was never sure why they switched to Common Core math. I'm sure the reason was not to prevent parents from helping their children. It does seem to involve drawing a lot of rectangles. That was my impression of the Common Core before we started making these videos. So I would love to kind of hear it straight from the horse's mouth as to, what prompted the switch, what the advantages are, so that we can all get on board.
Yeah, sure. So the reason why we have the Common Core, and if you're from New Jersey, these are now called the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. It's basically the same thing as the Common Core with a couple of changes along the way. But it's to promote a greater sense of coherence across the mathematics curriculum K to 12. I was initially a high school math teacher and also a college adjunct. So my view of math education only really was in the secondary arena. I never really thought about what students learn and experience before they get to me. I was only aware of what they did in front of me, and I could like guess where they might have had trouble, but I never really fully understood it until I became a K to 12 math supervisor in the Common Core time. And once that happened, I really got to see the need for the Common Core because the Common Core really is all about coherence. It takes this outdated concept of an inch deep and a mile wide math curriculum, and it serves to replace it with more of a greater conceptual coherence across the K-12 curriculum. There are many ideas that repeat themselves over and over again from a very young age up until high school. In some of our videos, we've talked about partial products, distributive property, FOIL, things like that. And if you really peel it back, that's all about area models, right? Like we took double digit and triple digit numbers and we wrote them out using partial products and rectangles. Then when we did a middle school video, we introduced distributing through an area model where it gave students a visual understanding of what it meant to distribute. Then in high school, when we talked about the danger of FOIL and explaining polynomial operations through an area model, that once again, went over the importance of understanding things from a global standpoint and using the concept of area besides just finding the area of a square or a rectangle or some other polygon, but to understand algebraic operations as well. The same could be said for place value and base 10. We learn how to count that way. We learn how to write out numbers that way. In some of our videos, we talked about base 10 blocks and different ways of writing numbers. And as students move into high school, they need an understanding of base 10 to be able to work with exponents and scientific notation and logarithms. Without that very solid foundation, those later topics become much more difficult for students to understand. So while in the short term, it may seem like the Common Core math, if you will, involves a lot of extra steps and it's not the way we learn math, it really has a good intention and it serves to provide students with a concrete foundation that could be carried all the way up and seen thematically through various stages of their mathematics career.
That's really interesting. So it sounds like one thing that it really illuminates is how much math all builds on itself. So if there is a topic that within math that someone is struggling with, it's definitely worth the time for them to master it instead of just hoping they'll never see it again because it will come up again in future grades. So, so to our audience, if anybody has a problem that you would like help with, please let us know. Mathvideosforparents@gmail.com or put it in the comments. And we look forward to helping you on this journey as your, child progresses through the Common Core math.
Thank you very much.